Okay, we're on Bechorot Perak Dalid Mishnah Vav, sixth Mishnah in the fourth chapter of Masechet Bechorot. So we're talking about, in the last Mishnah, we talked about people who took money, someone who took money to be a Ro'eh Bechorot, to examine whether a Bechor is a Ba'amum or not. And then we said, Ein Shochin Api, because of a person you can't slaughter based on his advice, because obviously the money, if you're receiving the money, is going to sort of going to drive him to he wants the salary, so it's going to drive him to give a positive result. Same thing about, so the Mishnah continues, it says the same thing about judging in other areas of jurisprudence. Obviously, these are I think obviously things, but these are bribes as well, certain kinds of bribes. Any kind of money to engage in, I wouldn't say bribes, or I did say bribes, to engage in justice and judgment is problematic. It says the Mishnah, if you take money to judge a case, dinav bit telim, his judgments are nullified. But don't accept his judgments. They don't, not even the one that he took money for, even the one he didn't take money for. La'id, to testify, edu tav bit telim, his testimony is batel. Meaning, like nowadays, you say, of course, of course you can't take money to testify. But think about this: there's something called an expert witness. The expert witness comes; he's paid, or she is paid by the plaintiff or by the defendant. So obviously, their testimony is going to be geared. So it's batel. It's not worth anything if you're being paid to testify. Lahazot ulekadesh. Very interesting. Lahazot means to sprinkle the ashes of the para aduma. They have so ulekadesh. Kiddush means to mix the water that was drawn from a well, that was drawn from Mayim Chayim, from a live spring, not a well, live spring. Okay, so lakadesh is to add the water to the ashes of the para aduma, the red heifer that's burned. Azot is to sprinkle them. So if you take money to do that, to either sprinkle or mix the water in, meimav mei me'ara ve'efro efer miklet. His water, that water is mei me'ara, is well water essentially. Ma'ara is cave water, meaning it's not. Then we look at it as if the water is the exact opposite of the water that was able to be used, and his efer, his ashes are efer mikle. It's not the efer of the paradum; it's efer of a stick, of a beam. Meaning his actions are no good. It's really interesting to think like, how is it possible, to inappropriately do the efer paraduma? Maybe if he didn't have it, he would use the wrong things. We assume if you paid money, then it's no good. The water is no good. The water of kiddush is no good, meaning mixing of the water into the ashes, and the sprinkling is also, we assume it's not, his ashes are not the ashes of para aduma. I want to go back to Dina B'Teilim, because the Bartanura has a really fascinating commentary. He says, right, why do you have to do it for free? Dichtiv, it says, Limadati etchem chukim mishpatim, kasher tzivani Hashem Elokai, right? Look, behold, I have taught you, Moshe Rabbeinu says, statutes and laws that Hashem has told me. Ma'ani b'chinam, just like Moshe Rabbeinu says, I didn't get paid. Afatem b'chinam, you also shouldn't be paid. Uberabbanei Ashkenaz va'iti sha'aruria. I see the rabbis in Ashkenaz in Germany. I've seen a sha'aruria, a terrible thing with the barzeh. Shelo yevosh harav hanismach rosh yeshiva. The rabbi who's the musmach to become the rosh yeshiva, he's not embarrassed. He told Asara Zuvim to take 10 golden whatever, 10 golden coins. Right? It takes half an hour. It takes this exorbitant sum to write and give over a get. And the witnesses get money, 1 or 2 golden zehuvim. This isn't a rabbi, rather he's a thief, and a coercer. He has a monopoly, and he knows you can't give a get without him, so he's extorting money from these people. I think I'm concerned the get is pasul. Terrible thing. It's a different language. Sharuria says the Bartanura. Horrible thing. These rabbis taking money in order to issue a get, to write a get, exorbitant sums. They use the monopoly and they extort the people. And it's a terrible thing to use your rabbinic position to extort money out of other people. So it's just worth to point out that the Bartanura goes crazy. But if you look at the commentary of the Tosfot Yom Tov, he says he quotes the Bartanura, okay, and then he starts defending the practice. He says, "Ve'eno raya." I'm telling you, it's not his proofs are not a good proofs. Okay, kisidu haget enu din. Putting together a get is not a din. It's not you're not judging. Elalim would be you're learning. Okay, he says meaning like so. First of all, he says it's not you're not judging someone. You're putting together a get. Moreover, he says we all familiar with the Rambam that says you're not allowed to profit from the Torah. We saw all the stages before the Rambam, the Acharab. But people take money. What do you want? Meaning this is their parnasa, so you can claim how terrible it is. But rabbis have to make a living too. And the Mishnah actually sort of like tempers you have the first statement and then the second statement. Why? Because the Mishnah continues. Let's say you're a Kohen, and in order to get to where you ask the Kohen to come and do a din, or you ask the Kohen to come and evaluate your Bechorot. Okay, but on the way, in order to get there, he had to go through a cemetery, and he's not Tameh, and now he can no longer eat his truma. So now you have to be ma'achilo umashko v'sacho. You have to feed him and give and pay for his drink and pay for his anointing. So the Bartanura says it's not you have to do the whole thing, or meaning rather you cause him to lose money because now normally he would buy food. He would buy in the truma section. The truma is cheap because only Kohanim are allowed to buy truma. So now he has to buy chulin. So you have to pay him, make up that difference. And if he's an elder, you put him and you ride him on the donkey, and you pay him like a worker. Meaning, right? Let's say he works a very hard work, because of course, what rabbi didn't also have another job? There was no such thing as rabbi jobs. He makes a lot of money. So you evaluate how much would this person take, okay, to make less money, to work less hard. Meaning, the guy works like crazy, but he works works very, very hard. He's a plumber. He makes a lot of money in plumbing. So you say, Rabbeinu, if I take you, I want to take you to go look at this Bechorot. How much money would you take? How much money are you willing to take less in order to not have to be a plumber today? And that's the amount of money that you would have to pay him. That's what the Bartanura says. So there are other ways of calculating it. Nonetheless, the Mishnah seems to temper it. On the one hand, it says can't take any money at all. But then if he's a zaken, you can remunerate him. If he's a Kohen and he can only be truma, there's obligations as well. And you go and give him a scharo kipoil. So there is an element of paying the person as well. All right, we'll stop here. Dedicate our learning. To Mary, my father, Rav Simcha Ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a great day.